Hey guys, Marvin and Kid here, coming to you again. Looks like I'm always the last to do these, and most of the time I apologize for that. Mostly because, well, most of the time with stuff like this, I usually like to wait until I'm really free and pretty much have the opportunity to sit down and watch them without really rushing through them, and just enjoying the show. And yeah, so I'm finally here to give my thoughts on the pilot episode of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Let's get it right out of the way. Did I enjoy the pilot? Yes, I did. I did enjoy what was delivered to us. I found it very interesting. We got to see a little bit more of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a sense, in terms of the agents and things like that. It's always a pleasure to see Coulson, and it was good to see Cody Sombers come to reprise her role as Maria Hill. I think I'm saying her name right, Kobe. It was really good to see her reprise her role as Maria Hill, and showcase a little bit more of S.H.I.E.L.D. Since I am a fan of hers, and I love seeing, no matter what, it's always a pleasure to see Ming-Na as well. This is the woman who voiced Mulan and things like that, and she performed very well for her role. And I tweeted her that too. I was like, finally got to sit down and watch it. Miss Na, well done. Keep up the good work. I'm looking forward to seeing what more comes out of it. All right. Now, let's get this right out of the way. I know that's the other thing that I guess everybody wants to know is, so how did you feel about the explanation of how they explained how Coulson survived? Okay, yes, it's BS, alright, but the more and more the show was coming up, in terms of the airing of the first episode, the pilot, the more and more I knew right away that the show, that the way they were going to explain Coulson's return was going to be more of a kind of real quick. I knew that was going to happen. The more and more I thought about it, the more and more they got closer to airtime. Even when it first aired, I was just like, I knew they were going to pull something like that, But that did not make me feel like, okay, I can't trust Joss Whedon. I can't trust him to, deliver, because of that one time. I'm just like, okay, so they went old-fashioned TV, quick. But I'm not gonna dig down his throat and be like, come on, Whedon, that's BS. You should have learned more, better than that. In person with me, it's like this. In Whedon we trust. That's how it is with me. It's like, all right, look, in Whedon we trust. And besides that, we got to see a little bit more layers of Coulson in this than we've seen kind of throughout his cinematic appearances in the different movies. That was great. So that question was answered for me. And it was BS, it was bullshit, but yeah, it was answered, and I accepted it. I'm like, all right, let's move on. Let's see how the show is gonna run in terms of pace by pace, and the pacing was really well done, in my opinion. There were some moments in the show that really kind of was like, oh, that was kind of funny, things like that. what I loved about the first episode is the references. Oh my God, they were throwing Easter eggs out of the woodwork in this show. A lot of like Easter eggs in terms of like one of the clients was like, well, you know, let us see how far we can go into our journey into mystery. And I'm like, okay, with great power there must come great, can't even finish the line, but you knew where they were going with that. You know, things like that. J. August Richards, his character was pretty much made up for the show in a sense. But, you know, I think that was another thing we all were trying to figure out. Who was he? You know, who was he? Is he a real literature character from the comics that he was going to play? And, you know, being that once I saw it, I'm like, okay, it takes place on L.A., so I'm like, okay, what African American hero, you know, is in the L.A.? So I'm using my knowledge of the Marvel Universe. I'm like, okay, who could he be? Who could he be? You know, until I figured, okay, let me just give up. And I kind of like where they went with that, and that was fine. Not gonna, if you never saw it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But yeah, it was fine. The other characters, you really have to grow on. But yeah, you saw Coulson really get more branched out in terms of level of character and things like that. So I like that. And like I said, you know, I like there's a history between him and Ming-Na's character. I'm forgetting her name right off the top of my head. But other than that, you know, the episode was really good. I really liked it. Now, if that's just what the pilot was like, how's the rest of the season's gonna be like? And then that's where I'm hoping we get to see more of what's in store. Maybe this is where they'll introduce some of the characters of lesser known into the Marvel Universe. For example, this is S.H.I.E.L.D. So, you know, sure they were referencing a lot of what happened in the Avengers and everything like that. You know, the Battle of New York and everything. They referenced that. They referenced the hell out of that. And you know, all the other heroes going about. You know, Cap, Thor, Iron Man. You know, the Hulk, people like that. There was a few references. Reference for Black Widow. They said at one time that one of the agents, his fighting abilities is nearly as good as hers. She just said Romanoff. He never. So you know who they were talking about. Things like that. But very, very interesting stuff. I'm looking forward to see where the show goes. Will I basically do a weekly reviews of the show? No, I won't. I'll save that for friends like Comic Book Uno. I know she'll do it and things like that. I'll save that more for her instead of, you know, not me. So if you want to see weekly reviews of the show, you know, Comic Book Uno is somebody to go check out. You know, my friend Kat, she'll pretty much be that person you can go to and trust. You know, she'll do it. Trust that she'll put up a review of it. So I'll do what I've done for shows like this, like I did for Smallville. I would do season premieres or pilots and do a weekly, a monthly, a season overview of the show. But I really did enjoy the show. I was not that disappointed in the show at all. Yes, like I said, the return of Coulson, of how he returned, yes, was weak, but that didn't make me stop free from liking the show and stop me from want to choke weed. And now, like, that's how you explain it? I'm gonna kill you. No, seriously, no. It was more like, hey, okay, all right, okay. but still, that's the way I felt about it, and I'm sticking with it. But in terms of like, now I'm looking forward to see more of, like I said, more individuals, more, this is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So yeah, I want to see some S.H.I.E.L.D., like Hydra and AIM and things like that, because we got to see a couple of, we heard them, they even went down the line of Project Pegasus and all that. I'm like, wow, okay, they're going a little deep, and I want to thank them for also putting in the opening, well, I shouldn't say open, but when they're showing the credits of who they put it, S.H.I.E.L.D. created by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. So I was like, thank you God for putting that, like, give them credit where credit is due, but yeah, a lot of references, Easter egg references and things like that would suffice. But I'm looking to see them, battle some more, more agents, different agencies. Like I said, AIM, Hydra would be great. Maybe maybe even showcase, maybe there's other secret agencies. For example, if they go to London, let's see them meet MI13 or something like that. I mean, and they can introduce some of the members of that, Pete Wisdom and all them. I think they could use him. Captain Britain if they can, and maybe a version of the Black Knight, or things like that. More lesser known heroes, like maybe we can see Cloak and Dagger and Jessica Jones, and more of the I don't think they'll show like Iron Man or Thor or Cap or the Hulk or anything like that. But it would be cool to see them reference a couple of people, more reference, like, this came from Cap, or things like that. Just maybe we'll see could we see the Serpent Society? That'd be kind of cool. A version of that would be great. But I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes out of the show. But all you need to know is, guys, Christopher Bennett, the Mount Vernon Kid himself, yours truly, the Honorable Warrior, basically enjoyed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm looking to see what else is brought to the dance for this show. And a word of advice, if you're disappointed from what happened, of how Coulson is back, I guarantee you'll get over that very quickly and just enjoy the rest of the show. And that's how I felt about it. But other than that, you guys take care. And this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. I'll catch you guys on the flip-flop. You guys take care.